For part 2 of the Unit 5 test review, we're going to start on question 5.1. Here we have a system of inequalities and its graph, already graphed for you, and selecting all the points that are in the solution region. So we can see that A is in the double shaded area, so A is going to be one of them. C is also one of them because these are both solid lines, which means they're both equal to. So because C is on that intersection of solid lines, it still is in the solution region. If one of those lines was dotted though, it would not work. And E, B, and D are all not in any of the double regions. Circle a point that is a solution to only one of the inequalities. So B is a solution to the blue inequality, and E is a solution to the red inequality. So either of those points would work. You only have to circle one of them, and you could just say like only in one region, in one shaded region. You can hear my dog, I am sorry. Okay, graph the system of inequalities. So we learned about in class how sometimes these are easier just if they're in that slope-intercept form where we can clearly find the slope and we can clearly find the y-intercept. And I like to put on the side if this is going to be dotted or solid, so it's going to be dotted because it does not have a line underneath. But the second equation is going to be solid because it does have a line underneath. This first equation, we can see that the slope is 1/3, so we're going to go up 1 over 3, and the y-intercept is 2. So if we're at 2, we're going to go up 1 over 3, remember this is dotted. Okay, and testing which side of it to shade. I like to plug in the point 0, 0, or you can plug in any point. So if you plug in 0 is less than 1/3 times 0 plus 2, we have 0 is less than 2, which is true. So that means that anything on the 0, 0 side of this is going to be correct. I am going to highlight that. I'll just do it like that for now. Okay, this next equation is not in the form where we can clearly see the slope and the y-intercept, so change it to that form. Because we're kind of just going to be doing some equation work, I'm just going to act like it is an equation for a second. So subtract 4x on each side to get y by itself, divide by 2 everywhere. So we get y equals negative 2x plus 8. That means it's going to cross the y-axis at 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's going to go down 2 over 1. Okay, plug in a point to the original inequality. 0, 0 is the best option right here because it's not on the line. So we get 0 is greater than 16. This is false. That means the other side of the line that does not have 0, 0 on it is going to be shaded. So you can see the shaded region that is shaded by both red and blue. Okay, Evan is making a quilt using fabrics, different fabrics. Solid fabric costs 40 cents per square foot. Powdered fabric costs $2 per square foot. Evan wants to build his quilt to have at least 35 square feet of fabric, but no more than $30. Write coordinates of 3 points that are in the solution region. If we go into the graph, here's a point. Since both of these are solid, the intersection is a point. but also maybe like 60,2 is a point. So writing down all of those, what is it, 25, 10. Okay, will Evan meet both fabric restraints if he does 30 square feet of solid fabric and 10 square feet of pattern fabric? So 30 plus 10, that is greater than 35, so that's good. Let's see if 30 times the 0.4 plus 10 times the $2 is going to be less than 30. 30 times 0.4 is 12 plus 20, and that is not less than $30. So it will not. It will cost too much. We can also see that on the graph. If we go to 30 in solid fabric but 10 in pattern fabric, that will be right here on the graph, which is not in both of the shaded regions. Okay, but then writing a system of inequalities kind of give you a hint by doing the inequalities up above. If we want to represent, let's see, X is the solid fabric and Y is patterned based on what is on the graph. We know that X plus Y has to be greater than or equal to 35. But 0.4 or 40 cents times X plus 2 times Y has to be less than or equal to $30. So this is the system of inequalities. Last one, a school sells 2 kinds of tickets to the spring concert, $12 lawn tickets and $25 seat tickets. The venue can hold no more than 500 people and the school wants to make at least $9,000 from the ticket sales. Use X to represent the number of lawn tickets and Y to represent the number of seat tickets. Write a system of inequalities for this situation. Okay, so we have two things that are happening. We need no more than 500 people, but we need at least $9,000. So, knowing that X plus Y, the number of tickets for each kind, has to be less than or equal to $500. But also each price, so 12 times the X's and 25 times the Y's, those want to be greater than or equal to $9,000. So that would be your system. And the point 150, 300 is a solution to the system. Explain what this solution means. We know that this is an X and this is a Y. So this means that 150 lawn tickets and 300 seat tickets were sold. And there you go.